This is Shiu from Kaoshion. I was planning on drawing Shiu with Nokia, which is one of my characters. Now with the time I'm recording my voice lines for this video, ARTFIGHT is already over, but I was planning on reformatting my videos for next year so that I would focus primarily on attacks and revenges, because having to draw and then edit a video right after and then all of a sudden I don't have enough time. It's not really efficient because I want to attack more, and editing videos would only take my time away from drawing. But anyway, back to the video. I will be putting in their links so that you can follow them and plan your attacks for next year. Now with the pose, I didn't know what I was gonna do with it. I know Shiu was going to be like casually walking or doing something, I don't know. Again, right off the dome, I don't know what my process is half the time, and especially when it comes to poses, it's unpredictable sometimes. I never really plan on what I'm doing. I mean, this is technically planning, but basically looking at references or ideas. As I said in the previous video, I don't really rely on references, mainly because I want to be dependable on myself. To be honest, I think that's just making things harder for myself. You could even see it in the background. Like, I'm having trouble with Nokia because I didn't know what kind of pose she was gonna have, and I ended up just deleting the entire thing because I just realized that it wasn't gonna work at all. But eventually, after adjusting the canvas, I was able to get it, but it did take me a little bit to fix the anatomy and everything. You could see it in the video. I decided to do a background for this drawing. Now, I haven't done a background drawing in a really long time because I suck at backgrounds. That's the only weakness I have. I went with something that I'm pretty good at, which is landscape drawings, and just ran with it basically. I went and got the reference so that I didn't mess up on the coloring and everything. Put his skin tone under the original sketch drawing. Now, originally I was going to do the same thing for the hair, but I decided to color over it instead. I am going to jump around a little bit because, again, I don't want this video to be too long, as I mentioned in previous videos. But basically, I used a saturated darker color and then slowly desaturated the darker I went. You could do that with other colors, but I like to do this specifically for lighter hair colors. And that's the same for the outline of the hair. As you can see, I'm like defining the strands of hair, and then it goes darker as it gets more into the shade. I was having a lot of trouble with the eyes and the ears, so I had to go back into the original sketch and redo it. The next process was cleaning, and that took me a god-awful amount of time, and I'm going to skip the entire thing because it's actually really long, even after I sped it up 100 times, by the way. But this is them cleaned up and ready to be rendered over. A lot more nicer, a lot more cleaner to look at, so the render process would be a lot more easier for me. Here is Shiu and Nokia with the flat colors down. I know the canvas is tilted, I don't know why I didn't fix it. This is the background with the flat colors. I did start rendering the lake without recording it. I don't know why. I think I just kind of went rogue on that one. So this is my first time making a really big drawing on Procreate. And I didn't know that you're not supposed to have all the layers on when you're rendering like this. So I was having a rough time with my iPad with it crashing 20 times and ultimately getting rage baited into taking a break, as well as not recording the rest of my process. Eventually I figured it out and I kept most of my layers off and then went back to recording. Once the rendering was finished, it was time for the filter part of this drawing. This part is usually one of my favorite steps to take, especially if like you want to make things more brighter, more cleaner, and more aesthetically pleasing to look at. It also adds more value into the drawing and putting a spotlight on whichever focus you want to put onto the drawing. This is the final product. I recently made a new stamp, so this stamp is not actually in the actual ARTFIGHT attack. I recently just updated it. I had to screenshot the drawing 2 times because it was too big to fit into the actual upload in ARTFIGHT. I had to do the same thing to send this photo over to my computer. This drawing took me a total of 6.5 hours. That is a lot of time for a drawing like this, and you're probably wondering, Nokia, why does this one have more effort to it? Well, turns out the person who attacked me, I was their first attack, and I felt truly honored, and I also I also wanted to practice my background skills too, but I also wanted to put more effort because I felt like it was really special that I was their first attack. And yeah, just let me know what you guys think about this drawing in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.